What's up, everybody? It's Joe here. I wanted to kick off this video because this video is meant to show you what it's like to train for the Leadville 100-mile race, one of the highest races in terms of altitude and elevation, and one of the oldest 100-mile races, and one of the most ones that gets people curious. We're going to show you what it's like to train for one of those races, but I'm not the one training for that, actually. Right now, I'm recovering. I'm just out on an hour easy run right now. That's really all I'm doing so much right now because I'm taking a period of rest and recovery. But we know that's not interesting. We want to see, people out there grinding and training, and that's why I'm going to take this video over to one of our Everyday Ultra coaches, Hunter Foltz. Hunter has been training for the Leadville 100. He's actually doing the Leadman Challenge as well, which is super cool, which is the bike races and the running races all in 1 year. And we're going to show you his training and what another Everyday Ultra coach on our team goes through when he's training and preparing for a race like Leadville. So I'm going to kick it over to Hunter. You're going to love this. He's amazing. And enjoy the video.
So this is what we are trying today that is completely new to me. It is the Morton Bicarb system, and I'm super stoked to try it based on all of the success, and I've heard how it can improve your performance. So let's dive in and see what we're working with here. Now, I always recommend trying something before you use it on race day. So that's why we're giving it a go today. And I have a decently big volume day, nothing too super crazy, but we do have some intervals today. But always make sure you test something in your training before you do it on race day. Okay, so it gives us the instructions here when you open it. So first thing we're gonna do is fill this with water up until the 200 milliliter line. And then we are going to add component B. I feel like I'm doing a science project right now. So we're supposed to secure it and then shake it. And then we're gonna let it rest for about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna let it rest. The next thing we're going to do is add in component C. And it does say that this is to not be chewed and it's to be ingested immediately when you add this in. And it says this component contains sodium bicarbonate. It works in harmony with the hydrogel to enable a controlled uptake. Because if you were to just take sodium bicarbonate on its own, or baking soda essentially, you're likely going to experience a lot of stomach discomfort and you'll have to go to the bathroom a lot. So taking it with this gel, it works together to allow you to take it without having all of those adverse and negative side effects, especially when we're running and exercising, because we do not want to be going to the bathroom. If you know, you know. So it has been about 5 minutes, so we're going to add these in. And this is what we're working with. A gel substance. All right, here we go. It definitely doesn't taste bad. I thought it was going to taste terrible, but it's definitely manageable. And it's got a little bit of a sweet flavor. It's not obviously flavored, it's neutral, but it tastes sweet. And it's basically like just a normal gel consistency. So my timing for this, there was a lot of mixed reviews on how long before your workout you should take this. I ate my breakfast about an hour ago, and I'm about 90 minutes out from when I want to start my run. So I'm going to test this timing strategy out and see how it works, and then go from there. We'll see if I feel any different during the steady state intervals that we have programmed for today's workout. So today we've got some steady state intervals on rolling hills. My normal route that I do when I'm not on trail has some nice rollers on it, so it's a perfect route for a workout like this. Now when we're doing steady state intervals, we're running at an RPE of 4 to 5, which means it's just a little bit harder than an easy run. So we're not doing threshold pace, we're not pushing super hard, but just a little bit harder than what we'd run our easy runs at. So we got 2 times 10 minutes at RPE 4 to 5. Let's get into it. It is a little bit smoky out today. Colorado's been dealing with wildfires, as you all probably know, and you can see that it's a little bit hazy and smoky out today. So let's get into it. So our total workout time will be 1 hour and 4 minutes. Doing a 15-minute warm-up before we get into the first set of 10-minute steady state. And at the end of the workout, we'll have 3 times 20-second hill strides. So, gonna be a great workout. Super cool out today compared to what it's been. So that's nice. We are now starting the first 10-minute interval. Feel really good so far. Don't know if it's bicarb or not, but feels super light. Legs feel super good. Let's roll. Just finished interval 1, 5-minute, easy in between. Then we'll move to the second 10-minute steady state interval. Going uphill, about to turn around and start interval number 2. Second interval, here we go. All right, second interval complete. Now we got about 15 minutes of easy running before we do our strides to finish it out. So nice out. Can't believe the temperature swing. Feels good to not run in 100-degree heat. Almost done with the recovery portion. About to get into the hill strides, and then we'll be done with the workout. We'll see you when we're finished. So we just finished up the workout, 7.64 miles, 1 hour, 4 minutes, 4 seconds, 8:24 average pace, average heart rate 138, and a total elevation gain of 745 feet. So today's workout was all about steady state intervals. We did 2 by 10 minutes at a 4 to 5 RPE. Again, just a little bit harder than an easy run pace, just to get the heart rate up, get the legs turning over a little bit. And then we finished the workout with 3 by 20-second hill strides. Again, getting the legs turning over and just working on that top end speed. As we decrease volume, we still want to hold on to a little bit of intensity. And this week's volume is not a huge decrease because the bike race is not this weekend, but the following weekend. So we decreased slightly. Next week will be our big volume cut. So super good workout, felt very good. The legs felt extra light today. I don't know if it was the bicarb, but on the climbs, I felt really solid. The legs didn't fatigue at all on the climbs, even when I was pushing that slightly harder effort. So I don't know if it was the bicarb or just mentally thinking that it was a bicarb, but so far I would say it works, and I definitely felt stronger throughout this workout. So let's go in, get some lunch. We got a meeting, and then we're gonna get on the bike for our second workout of the day. So nice and easy lunch today. Just got in from the run, and if you can ever make extra at dinner the night before for lunch the next day, definitely do it. It's been a huge hack for us. We'll make a little extra rice and chicken, or a little extra rice, then all we gotta do is cook chicken the next evening. So if you ever have a chance to make leftovers, do it, because it makes the next day much easier. So in here I've got a 1-pan Mexican chicken and rice recipe that we make, and it is super good. Obviously got my post-run sparkling water, and just making sure I get refueled after the workout and then before our next workout, which will be a pretty easy zone 2 mountain bike ride. Get on some gravel, maybe a little bit of single track, and we're gonna get ready for that after we have an Everyday Ultra coaches meeting. All right, time for our second session on this fine Tuesday, and it's gonna be a pretty chill mountain bike ride. We'll get into some gravel road and a little bit of single track, but gonna keep it in zone 2 and zone 1, so it's gonna be fairly light, but let's go get some miles in. We're a little over 5 miles in, cruising down the beautiful Waterton Canyon, which is the start of the Colorado Trail. So let's keep cruising back. So we made it to the back of Waterton Canyon. As you can see, this is the start of the Colorado Trail. This is kind of where the single track starts, even though the trail technically starts at the trailhead at Waterton Canyon, but this is where it branches into single track. And I like to come up to this point because it's really rocky right here, so I get some good practice climbing and descending on some chunkier stuff, which we'll likely see at Leadville. So it's a good little practice area. I don't like to take the trail here because it's super rocky and there's a lot of spots you got to get off, but gonna take it back, get a little more climbing in. And this is just a reminder to take a minute when you're training and just take in the beauty of nature, because a lot of times we're just trying to push for pace and times and things like that, but every once in a while you just need to get off your bike, walk a little bit during your run, and take in the silence and the views that you are blessed to see. Absolutely gorgeous. So we're gonna start heading back towards home, take a little detour and get a little more climbing in, but beautiful day. So quiet back here. So right here's the hill that we've detoured to. It's a short hill, but it's steep, and we're gonna push it on this little climb. It's about 100 feet of gain, but not a very long hill, so let's push it. Here we go. And that's the hill. Easy cruise back home now. That one got the heart rate up. Good little push. Let's finish this out. So we just wrapped up our second workout of the day. We got 21.08 miles in 1 hour, 25 minutes, 43 seconds, 1,024 feet of climbing, and it was a beautiful day for a mountain bike ride. We got on some gravel roads and a little bit of single track, but overall pretty flat ride, nothing too crazy. Kept the heart rate in zone 2 for most of it, but just a beautiful day to be on the bike. Now we're gonna go inside, clean up. We have an Everyday Ultra athlete meeting tonight, which is exciting, and then hopefully something good to eat when Lily gets home. So let's head inside. It is Thursday morning and we are back at one of my favorite places to train, Roxborough State Park, and we have an easy hilly run today with some strides at the end. So we're going to get in a little over an hour of work in, and it's a beautiful day. Sun's out, little breeze. It's gonna be a good day. I like this trail because I can gain about 1,200 feet in 3 miles, which is very nice. So it provides a nice steady climb up, and then when we come back at the turnaround, it'll be back downhill. So it's great for training both climbing and descending, which is awesome. And I'm very lucky to be close to this place. So let's get into this run. We have made it to where the climbing starts. So, gonna be a good push. Keep heart rate manageable and effort in that 2 to 3 zone. Just love this trail here. One of my favorite places. Onward and upward, literally. The first 2 miles of this trail has about 760 feet of gain. So, doing a little walk to make sure that we keep the effort level where we want it. Just because you walk in your runs doesn't mean you're not a runner. So, don't get discouraged if you gotta walk, especially when you're doing some big climbs. We just hit the trail split, which is gonna be the turnaround point today. I always turn around a little over halfway in time-wise, since I train off time. And we're about 36 minutes in, and obviously it'll take me less time to descend this, but 3.14 miles and like 1,025 feet of gain. Solid climbing. Now let's descend. We have almost finished descending the major part. We got 5 minutes until we get into the strides. So we will see you when we are finished. We just finished up the strides. We did 1 hour, 5 minutes, 33 seconds, 6.31 miles, 10:23 average pace, and a total of 1,142 feet of gain and descent. So great day. Awesome. I love this route so much for these hilly runs. It's great to get that sustained climb up for a little over 3 miles, and then get to descend down, work on those technical descending skills, because there is quite a few baby head rocks in the trail and roots and things like that. So it makes this a great place to train for these hilly runs. So yesterday we did a recovery run. Tuesday we had the steady state with hill strides, and then tomorrow we're going to head to Leadville and get on the course and do Hope Pass. So I'll take you along for that. It's gonna be a great day. We are at the beautiful Twin Lakes today, and we are going to do the Hope Pass section. We're gonna go up to the summit and then come back down for our long run this week. It'll be our final long run and our final time on the Leadville course before race day. So Hope Pass is right up there, and that's Mount Hope. Let's get into it. We are currently making our way up Hope Pass, about 2,200 feet of vert in, so we got about 1,000 feet to go, and about 4.4 miles in. Just dunked our bandanas in some ice cold stream water. Feels great. keep making our way up to the summit. We just made it to the summit of Hope Pass. We set a new record up in about 140 or 141, 45, something like that. Good little push at the end. Beautiful up here. Gonna head back down the backside a little ways and then turn around. Get a little more climbing in. We just wrapped up the run. We got 12.17 miles in 3 hours, 17 minutes with about 3,700 feet of ascent and descent. Had a great day out there. Final long run before we start tapering for Leadville. Tyler, how we feeling?
Great, ready to go.
Another solid day in the books. Let's go. It is Sunday morning and we have our final workout of the week. Yesterday, we got on the Leadville course in the morning and we biked the start line to Outward Bound. So we did like the first 23-ish miles of the race on the new and updated course. Due to the wildfires, they had to do some reroutes. So we got to see the updated course. And then we did a loop around and finished on like the last 4-ish miles of the course. So it was a great day. We got done in Leadville, got back home in the afternoon and got an hour run in. And now we have our final run of the week. And we have an hour on hills. So I'm gonna do some rolling hills, keep the effort easy, and wrap up this week on a high note before we move into race week next week. So we'll have the mountain bike race in 6 days from now, next Saturday, and then the Leadville 100 run will be the weekend after that. So a lot coming up. It's gonna get hard, it's gonna get difficult. It's gonna be one of the hardest 7-day stretches I've ever had in endurance sports, but I'm ready for it and I cannot wait to get to the start line. Let's get this final workout of the weekend. About a mile in, beating the heat today, running in the morning, pretty breezy, feels good. Let's roll. We just hit some single track, got a nice little climb to the turnaround point, and then it'll be kind of back downhill. So getting in a decent amount of climbing, nothing too crazy, but feeling good. Such a beautiful morning. Got the foothills just to the west. And yeah, keep working. All right, we are just over 30 minutes and we hit the turnaround halfway. Now we're gonna head back. Should be fairly downhill for the first part, and then we'll have a couple small little rollers at the end to go up. Let's go. Final roller. Solid little climb here. Almost up. We got about 5 minutes left in the workout. Solid day. And we're up. Let's finish out this workout. Just finished up our workout. 1 hour, 31 seconds, 7.03 miles at an 8:37 pace. Kept heart rate average at 136, so keeping the effort low. I don't monitor my heart rate the entire time during these runs as I'm running off of effort, but I like to look at the heart rate at the end to make sure I'm matching my effort with my heart rate. And we did that today, so let's go get some passive heat training in. So we wrapped up our run, went in, did some passive heat, had some breakfast, and now I'm getting ready to head to work for the day. And I just wanted to leave you guys with a little of encouragement and let you guys know that no matter what it is you're doing in life, whether it's setting big running goals, setting big goals in any aspect of life, just make sure that you're setting goals that scare you. Because if you're not setting goals that truly intimidate you and you're not sure that you can achieve, you're not going to grow. And I set this goal to run sub 25 at Leadville last winter, and when I signed up for the Lead Challenge, did I think running a sub 25 100 miler at Leadville was possible just 7 days after biking the 100 miler? Probably not. And that made me work exponentially harder to put myself in a position where I feel like I can achieve that goal. And it's still an unknown, and we're gonna find out soon enough if it is achievable. But I just think it's super important that you set these big scary goals, because it's gonna force you out of your comfort zone, and it's gonna make you do things daily to achieve that goal. And it's gonna make you work extra hard to hit it, because you know it's such a big goal. So I wanted to leave you with that. Thank you for tagging along on my training week, and we'll see you at Leadville.